It is Tuesday morning, 9:15 a.m., and your inbox shows a project update from a long-term client. It is formatted perfectly and looks just like every other file you receive from them. You scan the brief note and click the attachment to open it on your primary workstation. Within seconds, your screen flickers and windows begin closing on their own. You realize that familiar logo was just a mask for an invisible intruder. Your access to the shared drive is gone. Your banking portal is locked, and every minute you spend watching the progress bar is an hour of lost billable time for your firm. The mistake is thinking that a familiar name or a known client email address is proof of safety. That is how most owners get tricked. What actually matters is verifying every unexpected request before you click anything. I will show you how to catch these imposter emails early and exactly what to check first to stay protected. You might review your inbox between client meetings and find yourself thinking, I handle so much sensitive information, but I have no idea if my current email setup is actually blocking these sophisticated AI-generated threats. One bad click feels like it could expose my entire firm, yet I'm relying on my own judgment to spot something that looks perfectly legitimate. I'm Kevin, founder of Sentree Systems, and for over 2 decades, I've fought evolving threats, but AI-driven spear phishing is your biggest risk. Think of your office network like a professional office building. You would never let a stranger walk into your private conference room just because they wore a suit that looked like your client's. But today, computers are flooded with digital imposters wearing your client's name and email identity to get in. It is easy to lower your guard when the message feels like a regular conversation with a trusted friend. Most owners assume their email filter catches everything, but these modern imposters are designed to look exactly like your day-to-day contacts. My golden rule for communication is to always pick up the phone to verify any request that involves a link or a file change. This simple habit of voice verification acts as your primary human filter against the most convincing digital imposters. Modern phishing campaigns now use automation to scrape your public project data, allowing attackers to craft emails that look exactly like real client correspondence. Standard security settings fall flat here because the message arrives in your inbox with all the technical markers of a verified sender. The financial damage from these attacks often hits 6 figures in immediate cleanup costs alone. That number does not even touch the long-term pain of watching your client relationships dissolve once their private data is leaked. Standing in that office, staring at the blinking cursor of a locked server, you finally realize that your own trust was the only entry point they actually needed to wreck your firm. I walked into the office after meeting the owner at a chamber event, and the situation was already past the point of damage control. They were frantically trying to regain access to their primary data portal, while the lead consultant stood there pale, repeatedly typing in passwords that no longer worked, as the rest of the staff watched in total silence. It was clear they felt completely helpless. I logged into their server environment and immediately found a custom malicious script actively encrypting their client records. The firm owner pointed at the screen, their hand visibly shaking, realizing that the message they opened minutes ago had just compromised their entire professional history. The attack destroyed their access to 3 years of active case files and payroll records. Forensics later showed the attacker had been monitoring the firm email threads for weeks, waiting for the perfect moment to drop that final, disguised file. I told the owner the reality of the situation, explaining that the missing piece was simply verifying the source of that email before opening it. The room went cold when they understood that a single click bypassed all their expensive digital tools. Recovery involved a week of manual restoration and resecuring every endpoint, an expensive process that could not regain the time they lost. Their reputation with those clients was permanently scarred, leading to the loss of 2 major accounts within the month. I see this specific failure constantly across small firms that rely on the assumption that an email is safe if the name looks correct. The successful firms I work with always follow my golden rule, confirming any unexpected attachment with a quick phone call before taking a single action. To keep your business safe from these digital threats, you need a clear, reliable way to handle incoming requests that feel just a little off. Here is how you can apply the golden rule right now to stop these attacks before they do any damage. First, if you receive any request that seems out of character, stop and pause your workflow immediately. Second, use the golden rule to verify that specific request through a secondary communication channel, like a quick phone call or text, before you ever click any links or download attachments. Finally, turn on login alerts for your email and banking sites so you know right away if someone else tries to get in. These simple active steps ensure your business stays protected while you focus on the work that actually matters. If you could rethink one thing today, realize that your client's trust isn't a permanent asset. It's a vulnerability that hackers are already training AI to steal from you. Neglecting your data security protocols isn't just an operational risk. It is a direct invitation for a catastrophic breach of your client's trust. If you want to run a baseline security assessment on your own network or business assets to see where your defenses are vulnerable, click the link in the description below to execute our 10-minute cyber health audit. Let's protect your client files and your reputation before tomorrow morning.